You're welcome back to Joy News Prime. It's time for entertainment. It's a holiday, and I can bet you there's a lot to entertain us today. And Miss G has the gist. Hey, Miss G.
Hello, Araba. But let's start on a sad note. Now, I'm sure that you've heard the story that over the weekend, Fancy Gadam, who is a popular artist based in the northern region, decided to stage a concert together with, actually release his video and song together with Patu Ranking.
Right.
And what happened wasn't a pleasant one. His fans who were on their way to the airport and some were returning, from the opposite direction clashed.
Yes.
And a lot of people died, but we don't know how many people. Nobody's telling us, but what we know is that he released a statement. Let's see his statements concerning that. Okay, so he talks about, on behalf of my management and myself, we wish to extend our profound gratitude to Kasapreko Ghana Olympic. So he mentioned some company, let me just summarize it, and then he talks about the fact that it's a period of grief and mourning for all fans and the Gadam nation at large, and he wants to use the opportunity to thank all his fans and sympathizers for standing by him, shoulder to shoulder, and offering him strength in this difficult times, or these difficult times. Once again, may the soul of the departed rest in the bosom of our God. So he didn't tell how many, but he called off the show.
Right. And
the xylophone Cash, who were supporting, lost 2 staff of theirs. So they had mentioned that they lost 2 staff. So they also issued a statement to the effect where they talked about losing 2 of their staff. People are talking about how they are refusing to reveal the identity of these staffs. But I don't think that it's for us to know. It's for the family to be left to, go through this grief.
That's not important at this stage. But Ms. G, we also spoke to, I think, the hospital authorities, as well as the mayor, and what they tell us.
All concerts.
Exactly. And what they tell us is that 8 people have been confirmed dead for now. There could be more, but for now, what they're able to confirm is 8 people. And it's so sad when you listen to the circumstances under which it happened. It could have been avoided.
That's
needless
true.
deaths.
That's true.
That's
true.
Yeah.
And very, very, very sad indeed. So let's talk about Fancy Gadam's arch rival up there in the north. He's called Macasio.
Okay.
But he's been speaking to the issue.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad about that issue. They've invested a lot. Like putting up a program is not easy. I know for sure they've already paid Patu Ranking, and they've done adverts, a lot of things, and this is very sad. So shout out to Fancy Gadam. It should be strong. Times like this are very hard. It should be strong. Like we all have like tough times, and I know this is one of his tough times. Better days are coming. Yeah, but
on that, a lot of people have raised concerns about artists like yourself, Fancy Gadam, Tamale, who when you are moving, there's a huge crowd, and these motorbikers are always, displaying. Do you think moving forward, you are going to ensure that when your entourage is moving, you don't have these motorbikes, disturbing on the road, if I should say?
Sometimes it's hard to control the fans, but sometimes there are some natural disasters you can't avoid, no matter how you protect yourself or you protect the road. There are some disasters, accidents, you can't avoid it. We just pray that God should protect us from those accidents.
All right, so that's Fancy's arch rival, Macasio, who's trying to commiserate with Fancy and all those who have departed.
Yeah.
Now, let's bring you some good news. Professor John Collins, who is a musicologist, and he was once a lecturer at the University of Ghana. I don't know if he's still there, but he has launched a book, High Life Trace 3, and he's been talking about all of that at the book launch, and Baba was there, and he put this together.
Professor John Collins, over the years, have been setting the record straight. I think this is the 3rd one, and I think it's very, very, very important that this journey of high life is documented and preserved.
Preserve and promote your culture.
Because, information is very important. The younger ones, they must know what we have. because I always say that every country has its music, and ours is what our forefathers gave it to us. So we don't have to leave that and be copying music come from the other side. So with this book that is out, I think the information and everything that is in this book will help the up-and-coming ones to know more of what we have instead of borrowing from the other side.
When I came back to Ghana as an adult in 1969, I had no intention to write a book on high life. High life music was first simply a hobby, and my writings on it were simply a labor of love. During my student days, I was inquisitive, and so started taking biographies and notes on the bands and artists I played with. Through the earlier versions of High Life Time, the deep history of High Life was available for the general public, educationalists, and most importantly, for young Ghanaian musicians wanting to dig into their musical roots. I hope this greatly expanded public edition of the book will likewise do the same for another 25 years.
All right, so that's
Miss J, I have to say something. I think it's quite interesting that somebody that we have to rely on for history about high life in this country is a white man.
Well, he's been here for a long time.
Of course, but I mean, it says a lot. We need to start appreciating our own as well.
That's true. But one of the things that he said during his interview on the Super Morning Show that I am convinced about was the origination of high life. That unlike what the Nigerians keep saying, that it originated from their end, he said it started here along the coast, and so we own high life.
Contest about that.
We have the best jollof. We own high life, so that's high life time three. Yeah. I almost say 3. From Professor John Collins. Thanks for having me, Araba.
Okay, Miss G. Enjoy the rest of the holiday. What's happening?
What's happening?
Yeah, for the rest of the night. I mean, it's a holiday.
Okay. I'm told that I can do one more story. So can I do one more story? Now they say I should go, so I don't know which one is happening. But what's up for the holiday? I need to ask Mr. Aqua. Please meet me at the junction. Let's go enjoy ourselves. Thank you, Araba.
All right, thank you, Miss G, and thank you for staying with us.